Hashira versus Team Humble. The pistol round is about to start off, and what can we expect here coming up on this second game of ours today?
As you said earlier, again, Team Humble beating out MOTV, the winner of the Pacific Open for the Philippine qualifiers. And of course, Hashira showing a really good fight against Adroit in our previous tournament. So I really expect a very close matchup between these two teams, both very technically sound, both very mechanical. So I don't expect to see a very lopsided battle. For the defending side, we have a Sage, Brim, Phoenix, Raze, and Cypher. Pretty standard meta composition right there. Conversely, on the other side, we have a Jet that might be on the operator that you were mentioning earlier on. So that remains to be seen.
It definitely does, and so we're going to see how they're going to play this out. They are gearing up for an A-take here, and as this ice wall will crumble, they're going to go for a counter boost. Three of them are going to be boosting up and over, and Marauder is going to be making first contact when they do decide to do so. So, when are they going to set this into play? Well, quick peek coming there, and Cyan Blue is able to find Marauder. Zetan is going to get the second one there for them, and EJ will find a frag of their own towards Show My Rice.
And he did try to go for the fake plan, try to bait out EJ, but EJ just fall for the bait. Oh, goes down by Cyan Blue.
Yes, and so as it's pushing out here, it seems like Team Humble might just take the pistol round here, as it is now it's a 2v2 here in their favor, and a 2v1 now. Team Hashira on the retake. Seems like you're going to be able to try and stick to defuse Cypher. Last one left alive, and Zitian is able to find a double kill at the end, able to get Arteezy and SC Machi. That's going to be the first pistol round here coming in now for Team Humble.
We don't typically see a Frenzy coming online at the pistol round, and the reason for that is because the Frenzy at most can only get a 2k before you reload, right? That is the downside of having a Frenzy. It's just the ammo, magazine capacity. It's just really, really bad. But if you can hit consistent headshots with that Frenzy, especially with the mobility of a Jet, then it can work really well. Now, what they did right there for XChan and Co. was that they did a Sage wall boost. Basically, that Avengers meme, the Avengers Valorant meme, where everyone boosts up and crosses over. It worked out really well for them, securing an entry, but they did have trouble defending post-plant. And that's what happens if you don't have a wall for post-plant. But again, pistol round, very good gamble coming in right there. Worked out pretty well for them.
In the end, it did all turn out. It seems like the game is paused. Technical issue, perhaps, or technical pause. Probably. You tip. From what I know, you can only pause it in the technical thing. But guys, let's talk about our. Well, you guys are watching the Week 2 qualifiers today, so the top 4 from this weekend will move on over to the upper bracket. But for the lower bracket of the playoffs weekend, which will be on August 14th to 16th, where all the best teams here in our scene are be competing to be the grand champion. To be placed into the lower bracket, you guys have a chance to make it still here into the playoffs by signing up. The registration now is open for the wild cards stage. It's going to be happening next weekend, where we're in after the finals on Sunday. The top 8 teams this time are going to be moving on over to the playoffs stage. So, if you guys are hungry for some competition and great action, do be sure to register for next week, week number 3. That will be the wild card. So, here, week number 2 and week number 1, the top 4 will move on to the upper bracket. Top 4 of each. Next week, top 8 will move on over to be seeded into the lower bracket. So, still, many chances for you guys to come back into this one. If you guys want to, we weren't able to register for the last 2 weekends, or you guys were not able to make it through to the top 4, then you have your chance right now to secure a spot at least into the qualifiers next week. Registration is up and should be open on the page. Of course, guys, we would like to thank our wonderful sponsors and partners for helping us with this stream and for helping us run this entire tournament. A big thank you to our peripheral sponsor, of course, Lenovo Legion, who will be giving away lots of different freebies and stuff for the MVPs of each week and the grand champions, of course. And so our broadcasting partners at XSplit, our tournament platform partners at Mogul.gg, where this tournament is being run at, the creative minds over at Overdrive Studios for all the pretty nice graphics on board, and of course, presented by GrabFoodPH. Now let's get back into the action. A-Paul is able to find two. EJ's going to go down there towards Showers, and he's going to find a double kill for him. The Omen, very nice to see. Cyan Blue, not able to get a tracking on point, and actually going to face two members here, but he's actually able to find a frag on Sumachi. That's a nice piece of utility work there.
And
another one being thrown out, and the utility actually finding him both frags there. Cyan Blue going super.
Man, it's just so painful seeing those satchel kills. But I would have been very wary of actually going into hookah. Very brave move from Cyan Blue. Actually, great presence of mind of actually getting rid of that crossfire setup. Basically stalling the entire, the half of the defensive team while they go for the plant over at A side. Because on save round number 2, B side is a very, very sketchy territory. You have those shorties. They can come from under hookah. They can come from inside hookah. And we saw them try to do that with that crossfire. As X-Shen tries to get info on B long.
Almost did. He does. Do you know that there was opposing
operator going online very, very early? This is basically a coin toss when you get an operator this early. But
yeah.
We'll see how this plays out.
It's a big risk, but also embarrassing food. Not able to land the first shot there. RTZ looking down in through the window to Hookah. Being peeked by the opposing rays. A-Paul is able to find a frag on EJ. That was towards Showers, and so it does seem like A is going to be the site for Hashira to attack here.
Mm-hmm. Now, I get why the Sage did that sort of preemptive rotate. It's because B is really, really hard to retake, even if you do have Cypher. But that just bought them enough time to execute on A.
They're able to get the plant spike down, and so Cyan Blue. Rain is actually going to find A-Paul. As he goes down, that's going to cut off a very important position there towards Showers. Cyan Blue playing here towards U-Haul. Not able to find the frag. Is it actually Merity going to win that peak? Rain able to follow suit on the Zitian. It's only going to be 2 members left here for Hashira. 3v4 retake. Shoma Rice is able to get up to 3v2. Not able to find the follow-up there, as RTZ able to get the trade-off. Absolutely able to find one of his own as well. It does seem like already is about to be won here as the defenders. Gabzu is able to find actually a last frag before everything goes away, but in the end, it will be Hashira taking that round.
There's so much value off that last frag. Despite the defensive side. Despite Hashira taking that round, it's just man, losing that operator very early on in the game.
Yeah,
it's gonna do some damage in terms of your economy, in terms of your defensive prowess as well.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate there, as it's going to cost him quite a bit. Not able to even find the frag much with that. But Rain, he's going to be able to take the whole charge here. Up-all, he's going to hear that happening in tiles, but not able to deny it from happening or even punish them for anything. So Marodi going here towards a short. He's about to get peeked by the Sage rather, and she has a spike though. And
they found my wire.
I mean, they might go for that A fake, showing the Sage, showing the spike where the spike is. I mean, that's really gonna tell you the defending team. All right, spike's in A, guys. We better, sort of 3-stack A. But they're actually rotating to B now, which is a very, very smart play, and it's now gonna be a 5v2 at B side.
Great cyber wall coming up there. 2 of them actually. RTZ is going to be blinded out, short-sighted rather. That could be a smoke from Omen being dropped down, and so RTZ trying to crawl in through. Skamachi is able to find My Rice. Not able to find the second, and Cyan Blue is going to get the trade-off as he walks through the cyber cage. And so Cyan Blue inside the container. Marodi's going to find a frag on him. That's going to bring it now down to a 3 versus 3 for either side. Zitian and Apple able to find 2 of their own. And Rain He's going to try and equalize things up at the 1 versus 2 now. It is still in the favor here of Humble, as during the 2v1 in their favor. Hashira, sole member last left alive here, Ray, and he's going to go down as the attackers onto Humble do take their first round finally.
Absolutely textbook play coming in from Yabzu there. With the barrier orb going down, locking elbow, I think is probably the best decision he can make for a B execute as a Sage. Instead of actually, we see so many Sages, even in competitive, and even in high tier rank mode, that they go to try locking down the defensive entrance, basically connector from backside of B. But it doesn't really work out very well as Shawmai Rice takes down Seimonchi.
Well, Gabzu's able to follow suit here for Team Humble, and that's going to be a double entry already for the attacking side on Team Humble. Hashira down 2 members, and they only have 1 left here towards the B side, and that Raze is about to make contact here with Zidian. Zidian is going to win that fight up close with the shotgun. RTZ actually using the triple burst. I thought it was a shotgun based on the tracers, but the Cyan Blue is able to find the frag onto RTZ in return. Now a 2v3 situation, 2v4 rather, miscounted. EJ, they're pushing up the suit here with Rain, and, well, trying to go for the retake. You don't have the best weapons to go for this. It is an eco or forced buy. Cyan Blue is going to find the frag in the Rain, and that's going to leave the only member left alive here for Team Humble, and that's going to be EJ.
Do you know where he is? I would try to get a gun and run like hell if I were EJ right now. Maybe go for exit frags at the very least, but I definitely would not try to go for a retake at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Hashira, they just have to give this round up, and Team Humble are going to get their 4th now, as Hashira not able to make this round their stop, but they weren't really investing much into this one. They're going to try and look for the next round, and so they all took the teleporter out safely. EJ, you're going to be able to save the Vandal as well here for Hashira, and I think Hashira should have just enough to buy, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So you can see them all quite poor, though, after that buy, and so they're able to afford the main rifles that you want to see, but in terms of the utility, it might be a bit dry, but that's what they got to work with.
This is gonna be a really tough fight for Hashira. At this point, what they need is 2 operators. 1 operator on B, 1 operator on A Heaven, and that's because they are losing their duels, their rifle duels. And I think one of the greatest chances of survival here is to basically mitigate that initial aggression from the attacking team. You gotta punish that aggression.
Trying to punish it, but he actually gets punished in return there. Apol trying to go for the frag on the EJ, but Marodi pick on the trade if ever it did happen, and so he's able to save his teammate out. Good job there to bait the peek coming in from Apol. Now, there's going to be a member down here on the attacking side for Humble, and so Hashira do have a chance of having the lead up. But Gabzu here for Humble, able to get the revive up on the Apol, and that's going to mitigate whatever damage was done early.
That was a really, really good conscious decision from the attacking team, because they did have that resurrection online, and you can afford to take that shower pick. You could take your chances, do a 50-50 coin toss, and if it works in your favor, then that is a potential man advantage. But if it fails, well, to the game, no worries there. It looks like they're doing a slow crawl to B for a simple B split push, and you're gonna see sort of textbook play here as RTZ takes down Gabzu.
Try and go for the wall bang there. Marodi able to find the frag at least, but too much. He has a great position to try and deny this. Able to find the frag, able to find the second one yet. He almost runs out of ammo, but it's gonna be RTZ going to follow up with him on the spike planter on the Shawmai Rice. That's going to be the round now, the second one here for Team Hashira. They're going to half the lead that was initially held by Team Humble, and so great play there by Hashira on the retake. They're trying to stop the plant from even going down in the first place, and so, guys, the poll is up. If you guys want a chance to win GrabFood vouchers as well as XSplit premium codes, do vote in the poll. and do like and share the stream, do the whole thing, you know, be more active, and you guys have a bigger chance to as well. Now the poll, I believe the question is favorite mysterious boy, and it's Omen versus Cypher. Omen versus Cypher. Who's the better mysterious boy, I guess?
I like Omen. He's cool. I think we'd be friends.
Yeah, same. Like when I saw the initial like character list, aside from the upcoming one, Killjoy, when I saw the initial ones at launch, I was like, definitely Omen. Like just aesthetically, I was like Omen.
Truth be told, you are an Omen main yourself.
Yes.
As Gabs, who tries to get info again, he's trying to really bold play, trying to reveal his position with the spike at hand. If he gets picked off right there, the spike could be left at a very, very bad spot. Just goes to show how confident he is.
Well, they're going for an A take here. It might be another default execute. Rain has a good position here to try and deny this with the incendiary, but I'd like to see him play a bit further back. Rain, he does have the incendiary, could deny the default plant, and he's able to find the frag in the Zion Blue, but Show My Rice is going to find the trade there on the Rain. That's why I wanted, I would have liked Rain to play a bit more back towards the site, because once he goes down, that plant is going to get planted as well. And so if he played a bit more passively, especially rather, after finding that first frag, he didn't have to white peek anymore. He could have pulled back and denied the default plant with his incendiary, but he already used it, and so that's going to be a bit of a doozy, and so that's going to let the plant go down here.
I mean, things were looking pretty damn good for Hashira right there, but it just didn't go as planned. RTZ will go save that operator, which is, of course, a very, very smart decision to do.
Yeah, in that situation, no real point in trying to go for any sort of retake, and so it's gonna be the 5th round now there for Humble. Still, only 3 rounds under, and so Hashira, lots of opportunities to try and bring this one back. They do have an AW, rather, in RTZ. It's really confusing that they're both pronounced the same.
I get what you mean.
Different spelling, but they're both pronounced the same. Apparently, speaking of pronunciation, it's Zion Blayu, not Zion Blue.
All right, gotcha.
Not like the blue cheese. I was making the same mistake too. I assumed,
I was like, okay. But I mean, I guess that's sort of an understandable mistake. But one thing to highlight is that Team Humble were really going hard on those split pushes. And when you're trying to do a split execute, you really need to go 2-3. I really don't believe a 4-1 will work more often than not. Because, when you have one choke or one entrance where no one can trade that, that one guy, and you're instantly down a man. You're like a -1. So I really think it's just the most efficient way is to go for a 2-3 split. And that's what worked well for them in their previous A execute. It looks like they're all pretty much going ham here in A short.
The boom bot is out, and Zitian, you have that. He looks down to the ground, and not at the right time too, as RTZ gets a peek there in the U-Haul and finds Zitian. Zion Blayu is going to go down to EJ. Stimachi. EJ able to find a second! A double tap on A-Paul, and that's going to leave the round now here quickly. The post-plant didn't even take too long on the retake, and so great, flawless retake and round entirely by Hashira.
Damn, that was such a great flank from EJ. I'm not quite sure. I didn't really catch what happened there. Perhaps the tripwires weren't at the right spots, or perhaps EJ being able to evade those tripwires. It's just he was able to go undetected behind enemy lines and taking them completely unaware. And that's again, that wasn't a split. That wasn't a 2-3 split that we were talking about, and they were all funneled into one choke. And that's basically what happened as Zichin gets taken down by RTZ. Operator duel at Long B often happens, and again, it's also a coin flip. Very risky if you don't have that resurrection online.
Nothing so, but RTZ able to make that risk work out and show my rice. Marodi able to find the opposing Sage, and so put a slowing orb there to try and stop any peaks from either side. And Apol, he's going to be held off for now. Incendiary does eventually dissipate and fade off, and he's not going to have to take that ultimate charge as he already has his ult up and ready to go. You can hear Zion Blue, full utility, still in her hands, Boombot, jump pack, and anything else that she might need. No ult, of course, but she's getting her way there.
Right now, again, they're going for the save here. They do have Spike in their line of sight. All they have to do is secure different angles at this point, and there's no need for unnecessary aggression on either side here. Right? You gotta stick to your guns and just basically lock down every angle you can think of. And EJ, though, taking that risk, this is going to do a huge dent to their economy if he gets a pick. So I understand his rationale.
Yeah, Paul knows there's a player here inside Showers. Able to find a frag, Zion Blayu as well on the other side. Able to find EJ. He's going to bring it now to a 2v3, at least here for Team Humble. They're able to save what they've got, which is an operator and a vandal. So to bring that into the next round, they're able to drop as well for their teammates here, especially for Gabzu, who's already quite low, but he's taking that vandal in his hands. Zion Blayu able to take one of his own, and Zitian this time will be holding on to the op.
That is again very, very common op sites on the aggressor here would be A short, shower, or B long. I think the most risky one to take would be the duel at shower. There's a very, very low success rate if you're trying to go for that op duel in shower. But again, there's also an operator online for the defensive side, and again, at this point I would try to figure out where the operator is. I would try to figure out, which way should we execute. Try to evade that op as much as possible.
Well, White Bee coming in here, and he's gonna run it back into U-Halls, as Iron Blue does shut him down. Gabzu here, going by the boxes. He could get spammed, but for now he's safe. They do have 3 defenders here in the site for Hashira, and they're only a round away from tying the score all up. You can see their Apol towards the showers, towards long. Not exactly pushing up yet, and he's not gonna bite on that yet. I think he should be starting to move up, though, at least closer to the shower doors, just in case if they start pushing here from a short, then he can quickly run himself up into the tiles, but he's not gonna do that for now. The smoke is out, that's gonna block off the default angle. Zitian is gonna get the frag here with the op, and so oh no, the orbital strike almost gets him down. 40 HP still, but luckily he's just saved, able to heal himself back up there. EJ, fireball in hand, is gonna heal himself as well, as that almost caught him out. The orbital strike, rightly timed, but unfortunately not able to find the frag with it, though able to buy them some time on the plant, and so they're gonna make this retake just a bit easier because of that orbital strike. Show my Rice here playing from the U-Halls. Apol able to find one of his own. EJ as well. RTZ with the op of her own, able to find Apol, and now in a 3v3 situation rather for both sides. Yeah, 3v2 now as RTZ doesn't find the frag. 2v1 now situation as RTZ finds another. It's going to be all up to the Sage here on the Gabzu, and it's now a 1v1 situation. Great tap and great find. She's made a bit of noise here towards U-Haul. I don't know if they're going to expect this from behind. RTZ will find the frag. Not enough time, though. And that's going to be the round secured by Team Humble.
That was absolutely a really, really good execute. They tried their best to defend post plant, but a valiant retake attempt from RTZ and co. Raise on that operator. Again, another highly mobile agent, such as Jet, that is really, really good on the operator because he can reposition really fast. And when you're up against a raise like that, it's very risky to go double stack on U-Haul.
No more charges
And
left.
we saw
Keep
those
up.
satchels, those basically nades, doing a lot of work, trying to, deny that post-plant defense. Looks like XChen will be going for the operator duel at Long B, but the operator is not there. Looks like they're opting to go basically more of a defensive play. And again, when you're in defense, especially on bind, there's a really big opportunity for the defensive sided team to just basically hang back and wait for your opponents to make a mistake. basically capitalize that, the burden is on them to aggress. And you just capitalize, the fact that you can see them first before they see you if you watch the right angles and anticipate at the right moments.
That is true. Here, RTZ holding the tight angle. You're gonna find the head. Well, almost did on Zion Blue, but importantly, he's gonna find the frag. Cypher trying to block himself, and so buy himself some concealment at least. Not able to land the dart, I believe, there. And so he's not going to be having his position being given away. RT's able to find the second one here. Utility this time working out, and he's able to find the info there as the camera, the spy camera on Cypher. Able to find it off ST Mochi though. Not able to confirm the kill yet. RT's able to find the third. EJ is going to follow up. That's going to be the last Soul Remember on Zitian, being removed in a flawless retake coming in from Hashira.
Man, I just want to commend the Cypher on B side, just being able to lock down and defend that very, very well in tandem with RTZ. And they've been doing that time and time again throughout this entire game. RTZ going, for those cheeky plays inside the container, just trying to go for those wall bangs. But really, great use of the Cypher camera by Saint Monchi, just giving a lot of info, marking those targets, giving them vision beyond the smoke. It's just so powerful. And at this point, I really think the best chance for Team Humble would be going for sort of a AX. Unless they explode on side on B, but
B is kind of hard considering, well, in general, Cypher is really good on B unbind.
Right.
And you saw there exactly why. Like,
very competent Cypher. Very,
very good Cypher. Of course, we expect the highest amount of skill here in our community showdown, and we're seeing that exactly. I'd love to see what's happening. And Boombot is going to round the corner. They're going to deny it for now, but they know that they have players here towards Showers. Actually, the whole stack of Humble is towards Showers. Nades out. He's going to be dropping more as well. RTZ has a great chance to make a play here. He's going to find the frag. Rain will follow in suit. Does she have Showtime? Melody is going to find on Zitian. Zion Blue able to find Rain finally, and it's only the first frag here as EJ able to find Apol. EJ's going to find the second. Only one member going down there during that round. And he just team killed his own teammate as it is the half, and there's nothing to really have to worry about coming to the next one. Pistol coming out here at the half, and we're at the 6-6, and that's the most equal scoreline you could really have.
Yeah, that was a really good half. Well played on both sides. Again, that was a risk that I would be willing to take as well. Going for that full-on 5-man push over at Baths. It's just, when you have an operator heaven and you have a Cypher that locks down B very efficiently, I think that was really, the best gamble you could take. And they were able to get the spike down. Unfortunately, Showstopper was online for RTZ at that point. As we go to the second half, I expect great things from the team composition of the attacking team right now, with the Raze and the Phoenix, as well as the Orbital Strike from Brimstone potentially later on in the match.
Yes, so now it's going to be Hashira on the attack, while on defend it's going to be Humble. And so 8-ball here for Humble, with the Omen holding down the A site, right side, and Brimstone as well. Be smoking off A short for now, and try and do the same towards Showers, I assume, just a bit. Seems like they're gearing up for that. But Gabzu, great barrier orb right in time to push that Boombot back, and so Gabzu does have a small angle here to peek from, and is able to find the frag. Zion Blue as well. He's going to be able to fall back here into the U-Hauls, and that's a great position to play. The spike, they're trying to get it planted, but they can't for now, as there's too much presence being shown here by Team Humble. EJ able to find the frag in A-Paul, and that's going to bring it down to a 3v4. Make that a 2v4, 2v3 now. After the frag by ST Machi, Gabzu as well, able to chime in. So, last stuff alive here, the Cypher for Team Hashira, and, well, here towards Showers, he does have the spike in him. Looking towards Heaven, not finding anything. Looking towards the default boxes, not finding anything as well. The Cypher is playing there, and as well, up top, the Jet. Finally does find the frag in the Shaw My Rice, and so ST Machi though taking lots of damage in return. And at this point, do you save or do you just go for it? There's no time.
I mean, I'd try to at least got the plan off, but there's not much he can do right there. You know, with the basically 8 seconds on the clock, 1 HP. There's not much he can do with this. You know, maybe he can just try to take one off, but very, very dire situation there. For the side of RTZ and Co, really, I think smart play to go for that Bath execute, but I believe the barrier on Marodi didn't really go down as fast as it should. Interesting Sage wall also from the Sage over on A short.
Great pick by Zitian there on the jet. To find early pick onto the Phoenix. So RTZ's gonna follow suit. Rain as well here, and Zion Blue and Show My Rice able to find frags of their own. Just a flurry of frags there. The anti-eco working out.
Right.
And so 6-8 now here in the favor of Humble.
So RTZ and Co will also have gun advantage right now. So this is really, really important for them. Really crucial to win this, post-eco round. Because if he can't beat the defensive team on this round, then they could potentially get an operator in the next one. And it's just going to make things harder and harder for your offense. Very crucial round.
I'm gonna ask your opinion about something. Let's say, like here exactly, what happens is they win round number 1, Humble, and then round number 2, of course, they have weapons advantage because they won round number 1, so they can buy SMGs and everything. Coming to round number 3, typically, what teams would do, like here, Hashira, they're gonna buy up the rifles. They can afford it now in round number 3.
Right.
Should the previous team that won the 2 previous rounds, like in this case, Humble, upgrade from their SMGs, or should they stick on the rifles? What's your opinion on that?
If you're down for the count in terms of the scoreboard, then I would actually maybe go for an upgrade. Maybe 2 members of the team would upgrade. The rest of you stick with the Spectres, especially if you're defending close ranges such as hookah. But if you are, if you have a sizable lead, a 2-point lead is quite sizable, but not insurmountable. I would actually just stick with your Spectre Buzz as well as the Marshall. Still very capable.
I gotcha. Ooh, even up close there. Not able to make the ghost work out there, Zitian. EJ's gonna find him, and I get your point entirely. If you have a cushion to work with, you can just work with the Spectres that you got, right? In this case, they do have 2 rounds over in Rain. He's gonna find Show My Rice as we're going on. 2 members down already here for Team Humble, and so the attack of Hashira working out. That's gonna be a flawless round here for Team Hashira. As EJ gets Gabzu, and now just a round away from tying the score all back up. This is quite a competitive game we're seeing, actually. It's back and forth, really.
Yeah, it's pretty much a seesaw battle. And that's indicative of the caliber of these 2 teams. A much closer matchup than what we previously seen on Game 1. We do have an operator going in the hands of Sandblade, and we've seen what he can do with that operator. And I expect great things, perhaps turning momentum into their favor as well.
Well, a triple stack here towards the B site for Team Humble, and I think it's the right idea to do, considering Hashira seems to have their sights set onto the B site as well. Of course, we know how that turned out the last time, but let's see if it's gonna happen once again. They're walking their way up here towards the telly on B long, and so nothing too loud happening yet. But Rays here, RTZ looking down in from hookah and through the window. Both Rays engaging each other. No frags being found yet on either side, but Zitian's going to be the first one to make contact here, and he's going to be the first one to find the frag as well on RTZ. EJ is going to find him in return. As the trade comes out, he's going to run it back. Brody quick on the rotate to try and come in from behind here, and Zion Blue is going to find Rain. Good use of utility. He's been finding both Rays here. Have actually been finding lots of frags for the utility, and so the ability is coming into play. I see Machi. He does get juked out and crossed over by Gabzu. EJ able to get the trade off on him instead. And so that's going to bring it now to a 2 versus 3 situation here in the favor of the defenders.
Showstopper coming up. Will he get a pick? This could secure the round if he does.
There's no time. Oh, but they do. Miradi somehow bring it back, and the attackers, great hold. They were assuming that the side here of Hashira were playing towards showers. You can see their guns were all pointed at that. None of them even expected them to be playing towards short, which is where they were. And so, a bit of a misplay there, I believe, by Humble. They didn't have a single member looking towards a short. If already one is looking towards showers, they expected a close play, but I don't believe anybody was even in showers. So
right. I believe the spike was planted for showers, if I'm not mistaken.
That was
a really good bait and switch. Yeah.
Get out of my way!
Good job there. Oh, Blade Storm already up for Zitian. You're gonna be pulling it out here. Only round number 5 of the half, and already got the Blade Storm. Yeah, ST Machi holding off the angle on the B-long in case any aggression is being shown, any flanks coming in from Humble. So Hashira holding off all the flanks. Now you can see on the minimap what exactly you're trying to do. ST Machi is going to catch Gabzu out in the open. As the Sage goes down first, that's going to be quite a bit of a pain. But Apol, can we get the trade-off? Not able to retrieve. Okay, he does retrieve the Phantom at least, and so nade out here towards A short. That's going to land perfectly. Not actually going to do as much damage as you'd like to see, but it's going to try and stop them from being too aggressive for now. EJ just going to walk through it, and Apol is going to get the trade off. 3 versus 3 situation for either side, and you can see Apol here shadow stepping into the smoke. Seems like you're going to be going for the beat take instead, though. That is a perfect thing to do, as it is ripe for the taking, and nobody here to stop them from bearing the fruit of their burdens. Omen already here in towards the spawn, so he's going to cross over. Marodi, he's going to find a frag, going to shot my rice. Apol as well on the trade. Oh, looks away in time, but still able to secure the kill there. Rain over Zitian. Zitian not able to make anything out of that Blade Storm, but a 2v1 situation in the favor here of Hashira.
Orbital Strike is at the ready. Let's see if it'll come into play here. Apol is in a tough spot.
Oh! What a clutch by Apol!
Ace! Oh my god.
On the 1v2 as well! That was an ace clutch, wasn't it?
It was.
That was so unexpected.
I was like, okay, you know, you got the Brimstone with the Orbital Strike. You know, he's got his tablet out, and he's ready to press that button, ready to pull that trigger. But Apol hits that insane flick. Man, this guy's insane.
We weren't even ready how to react.
Right. I was thinking,
what?
Okay.
That just happened? I didn't even think he was going for the clutch there, honestly.
Yeah, I was like
about to run away and save. But
let me tell you, not a lot of players can pull that off. This guy
not so.
is one to watch right here.
Definitely so. Apol stepping up to the challenge, and his plate not too full for him. Zitian boosted up, and he has a great angle here. Deny anybody walking into Hookah, and so he's going to let go of that angle for now. I don't know what the idea is. He's going to hold a deeper angle instead, a safer one, but
yeah,
they do have the Cypher looking towards B-long.
Very risky to go for that off angle on that container, because if there are 2 people in Hookah at the very least, you can get trade frag really easily, and boom, lose your operator. But again, on Jets, it could work, seeing as how you can dash away.
Well, he's able to use that dash exactly to get safely. SC Marshall's going to find GrabFood, and EJ's going to find a double kill on Show My Rice and Apol. EJ, what was Apol doing there? He didn't even expect EJ to be up close. That, I guess, is some of the advantages of bringing the Phantom over the Vandal. It's a bit more quieter, and so Apol had no idea. He's right beside him. Merodi's able to find a frag, and now in the 1 versus 5 here, Zion Blayu is going to have to try and save this operator instead. No point in going for the retake. You do have a round cushion, give up the tie, and so you're going to play for the next round instead.
I really I've been really enjoying the Phantom as of late. I used to be pretty much a Vandal main, but I've been heavily in favor of the Phantom because of the spray transfer ability. As EJ takes out Zion Blayu, as we've been talking about the Phantom, it's just that spray transfer ability much easier to control recoil mid spray. So you just basically flick to target number 2. In fairly close to mid ranges, and we see them. 5 phantoms going online coming into this next one. Looking pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, early on, it seemed like everybody.
Everyone is like Vandal.
Everyone was like Vandal, because there's no drop off at range, and so
right.
That was the pros of it. But I mean, if you look at the stats, the hard stats, the Phantom at range doesn't really hurt you too much. The drop off if you're landing the heads anyways. So. Right. It has a faster rate of fire, which makes it better up close. Of course, the Vandal is wanted for all ranges, but
look at that.
Brody there. Exactly. The Phantom up close. Just gonna completely shred last 2 defenders there for Humble, and so Hashira gonna get an open plant off, and we've been seeing this, so there's no denial coming in. Thank you, Paco, for pointing that out. 3 members left here for Humble, and as Hashira do have all 5 members securing the plant. I don't know if Humble are going to necessarily go for this. You can see a Spectre here on the hands of Zitian. The last 2 coming up a bit short. They're going to come into a short as well, and so it's going to take quite a while.
Really impressive commitment right there. You got 3 Sky Smokes going off APC Truck and Default, blocking off Heaven and U-Haul. But no one's going to actually go short, and they are going to exit towards Baths. Really interesting execute. Really clean. Get the job done. Basically in and out right there.
Oh,
as Extra loses. Yeah, he loses his.
Unfortunate.
Expensive round for them.
Very much so.
But he did have enough money to even get the Spectre in. Have an operator on the following round. So they
have a double operator now.
Yeah. So this is the first time we're going to be seeing double operator today.
Yes.
And I really, really believe this can really turn the tide. Double operator on bind on defense. In fact, on any map. Let's be quite honest. Except maybe split. It's just so strong.
It is quite an investment, though. So
yeah,
it's understandable why we don't see it too often. But of course, it does get pulled out when it does need to be, and so seems like they're kind of gearing up for an A-take here, but as the smoke here from Omen is going to block off short for now. He's going to be playing here inside showers. And do have a cam here, A-Paul, to try and support him. So you have the Cypher cam there, and you can check out if anything awry is happening. Oni skin in hand, very nice.
Looks like they're taking their sweet time trying to gather info. It's the operator.
They saw Omen. They know A-Paul is here. They're going to flash him out too, but he blinded himself in. EJ able to get the frag on the A-Paul, and A-Paul not able to go 1-for-1 at least. But Zion Blue, very hot now, hot-handed. RTZ able to get the frag though in return. And once again, a wall of smokes there from the Sky Smokes by the Brimstone for Hashira. To buy them some concealment to get the plant off. ST Moshi's going to get revived though. It seems like they kind of want to go for this retake.
Definitely a doable situation. Operator coming at Heaven. They don't have smokes no more.
Oh, EK with a triple to close it off. Unfortunately, there for Team Humble, but
and there we go. That's what you were talking about. Very expensive investment. If it doesn't pan out,
yeah,
yikes. But again, Phantom doing the work. 3K, very easy spray control from EJ right there. And
man, EJ's at 23 frags right now.
He's on fire.
He's MJing this, and he's the entry as well. And so, Humble, you have a player at least on Hashira to be very wary of. You can see here EJ, he's going towards B short, and you can see the opposing jet there fall back in return. That's Zitian. He knows, like, okay, no point in challenging this. Cypher here in Summer. He's gonna get spied out, and he's gonna go down to 7 HP, and that's gonna probably kill him. Those nades, aren't they? Yes, they are. Great find there by RTZ to check the cubby angle there inside Hookah, making sure the corner isn't being played, and Cypher does go down. With Cypher going down, that's actually a big hit here for Hashira. For Humble,
Looks like
rather.
they are going for the A execute. This should be a quick and easy sort of bonus round here. Not much they can do.
Well, EJ able to find GrabFoodPH. Initially blinded his own teammate, and he stole the frag from him, but it's all good for the betterment of the team. Apol swinging wide, and Zion Blue gonna find EJ at least in that fight. Zitian, the last one of the two members alive here. For Humble, Brody's gonna find Zion Blue. He's alone, and he's gonna go down slowly. As Hashira have now taken the lead. They've been down 2 rounds prior, but now they've been down in the first half rather with 2 rounds, but now they're up 3, and it seems like they're doing quite well here in the attacking side.
Now, I'd like to point out something from EJ that I picked up happen quite often. We see him momentarily blinding himself. I think that is actually pretty much deliberate action because he peeks and when he peeks before the enemy expects it. Like, you know that timing when a Phoenix flashes and then the defender or the guy flashed will basically fire after counting in his head, like when the Phoenix is supposed to peek. But EJ, he does it so unexpectedly, even peeks, you know, risking blinding himself, and then it just works out to his favor, just completely catches the opponent off guard. I don't know. It's just absolutely clean.
Well, what is important is that they got the frag and the round, so everything works out there for Hashira.
Yeah.
Speaking of, they're going to be wrapping back around towards B here instead. Doesn't seem like you want to go for A, and that's the right thing to do. There are 3 members here for Humble towards the A site, and so Hashira opting to go for B. Seems like they actually have mixed ideas, but they're finally going to commit here. Okay, walking up B short. Some of them going to go towards long instead, and they're going to do a spike over there. Zitian using that off angle once again, and this time it does bear fruit. Rain will go down, and he's going to put the smoke there. It's going to leave a small gap in it, but with the wall, the Cypher cage opening up, it's going to give him some info, but it has now went down. Zitian does go down himself. Not after finding 2, though, so going 2 for 1 with the operator isn't too bad. It is now showtime as the stopper is put into play. Shot my Rice able to find the frag in EJ. Rocket out, and he does not find anything with it, but it does do quite a bit of noise. Apol able to get the trade off. That's going to be the round here now for Team Humble on the retake.
Really good retake. Valiant efforts by the Jet on that operator. Really good presence of mind. They knew, like, the Jet knew that they were playing a bit slow and that one would sort of try to gather info onto B side coming around from hookah. So that really unexpected off angle on top of container was a good call right there. Now we're seeing EJ on the operator. Again, it's always pretty interesting when we see Phoenix players play operator, because you expect Phoenix to go guns blazing, flashing onto site, opening up the site, but it can be equally effective on operator. You know, flash and then bang. It's just,
well, I mean, EJ's been feeling really hot right now, and so I wouldn't blame him. See what I did there, Phoenix, hot. Anyways, we're gonna have the announcement for the first group of the poll winners after this game. So guys, do stick on to after this. You guys can find out who are the first batch of winning the GrabFood and Xfood Premium vouchers today. We're gonna have 2 more batches announced later on, and so here at Match Point, we're almost at the end of our game. We're definitely in the final stages, as we're at 12-10, and so Hashira going for an A take. It does seem the Sky Smokes are about to drop in just a second. You can expect the typical default ones to block off the angle into showers, and here, defaultly from U-Haul, Gabzu does have a orb ready.
it's like it's gonna be a classic split push.
Oh, Gabzu. Oh, he's gonna have to fall back in U-Hauls. He does have a heal up to take himself in just a second, though, but the spike has been planted. No member is going down on either side yet. Apol does have flash to throw out and a smoke as well. That is his last one. 30 seconds on the cooldown before that comes up. Apol able to find a frag, at least on the EJ, and he's going to be swinging wide again, able to find a second here. Parodi will go down. That's too much, though. spraying through the smoke and does find a ball in return. Zitian does have Blade Stormom, does have an Operator as well, which is he can go and opt for. Switching to the Vandal, I like that, but only one bullet in the mag. He has to make this one work. One in a dream. Not able to land the shot, and the spike, the timer is ticking. He's able to find the frag here. He is in a 1v1 situation now. Who is going to win this? Zitian or RTZ? He just goes for it! Straight up, RTZ spraying through, and the timer is going to blow up as they do take round number 13. And congratulations to Hashira for that dominant comeback on the second half. Second game. And so we're going to have Hashira and Samurais as our final game today, guys. So lots to look out for. Very exciting, and, well, congratulations to Hashira for making it further in.
I mean, we've seen RTZ, 22 frags on the board, and EJ 24 frags. They've been absolutely dominant in that previous game, with EJ going really, really well for those entry frags, opening up the site, and RTZ with those brilliant retakes as well. But let's not forget that pretty much a highlight moment for Apol when he's able to pull off that 1v2, almost impossible sort of retake, and clutching that round was completely unexpected. Really great showing from both teams. Neck and neck battle, 13-10. Muradi, I mean, they were both playing default strats. I mean, Hashira and Humble pretty much both playing default strats, and textbook plays all around. And it really goes to show why they're textbook plays, because it just works. Classic split pushes here and there. Barrier orbs going in the places we expect them to. And worked out for RTZ and co.
One enemy remaining.